Wasn't that wonderful? We learned something new, and we learned how to spend an hour without the television.
And welcome back, Toastmasters. As you noticed, as the speakers have been giving speeches, they had a particular educational intent in mind, and that's the Toastmasters program. Each member of Toastmaster presents speech from a communication and leadership manual. As a new member, the speaker gets the Communication and Leadership Manual, which is a series of 10 speeches, each with an educational purpose. It may be how to organize your speech, or how to use vocal variety, or to use body language. The topic is always of your choice, but it should have an educational objective. The companion manual with that, because Toastmasters is a communication and leadership organization, is the Competent Leader Manual. And in that, the Toastmaster is presented with leadership opportunities and taking on meeting roles to develop leadership skills within the context of a club meeting. So with the completion of the Competent Communicator Manual, the member receives a recognition from Toastmasters International as a competent communicator, and with the completion of the Competent Leader Manual, receives recognition as a competent leader. But yes, there is more with Toastmasters. There's advanced manuals. After completion of the communication manual, there is a series of 17 different manuals, 5 speeches each, in which focus on a particular topic. It may be how to tell stories or to give a technical presentation, and in that, the 5 speeches would usually be of a longer length, and the speaker would present that. Now that gives instruction to the speaker, but also gives a guideline for evaluation. And that's the portion that we're moving into now for this meeting, is the evaluation portion, to give some feedback to our speakers. Because this Sensational Speakers is an advanced Toastmasters club, the feedback portion is extended. In every Toastmasters club, each speaker will receive a written and oral evaluation. In an advanced Toastmasters club meeting, they will receive the same written and oral evaluation, but they'll also receive feedback from each of the members. So that's what you'll see here this evening, is feedback for each of the speakers that were presented earlier in the program. The way we'll conduct that is the individual speech evaluator will have 2 to 3 minutes, and Paul will be our timer, giving you the green, yellow, and red signal. Following that, all the rest of the participants will provide their comments. We call them glows and grows, something to acknowledge that the speaker did well with, and also to offer a suggestion or a grow in which they could improve their speaking style or come at it at a different way. The whole evaluation section will take 8 to 10 minutes, and Paul will again signal green at 8, yellow at 9, and red at 10. So we want to keep this meeting on time. Ready? Let's start with our first evaluator. Carol Rudiger will be evaluating Wayne Russell's speech. Welcome, Carol.
Good evening. The title of Wayne's speech, I have something for you from his manual. It was the Competent Communicator Manual. This is his second presentation. From the written evaluation in the manual, it asks for certain questions: speech value, preparation, organization, the opening, the body, the conclusion, any transitions in the speech, and questions such as what could the speaker have done differently to make the speech more effective, and what did we like about the presentation. In the manual for this evaluation, it asks us to rate these questions 1 through 5, 1 needing attention, 5 being excellent, 2, for instance, could improve, 3 would be satisfactory, 4 above average for the speaker's experience level. For the speech value, Wayne, the rating is excellent. If we tell you this now, how will you be able to improve upon that for future assignments? I will leave that up to you. The preparation, I think it's obvious to all of us, the preparation was also excellent. He was organized with his presentation. He was very well organized with the presentation. The opening is something that we all should challenge ourselves with. We want to wow our listeners, to wow our audience with a fantastic opening, possibly with an avache approach here, this word, in a lively tone with beaucoup energy. And it might only take 15 seconds to do an excellent opening. Wayne's opening was good, but let's make it even better. And I'm going to count on the rest of our Toastmasters here to help us with how Wayne could make the opening even better than it was. His conclusion, I especially liked. There is one comment I'd like to make, though. We knew it was his conclusion because he said, in conclusion. That's perfectly appropriate for speech number 2 out of 10, but by the time we hear you present speech assignment number 5, I bet you won't even need to tell us that it's in conclusion. We will be able to figure it out based on your facial expressions, your body language, or just in the way that you're starting to wrap up the speech. What I liked about the conclusion is you mentioned your previous points. It has been said, tell us what you're going to tell us, and then tell us again. There's nothing wrong with that method, but some people do get tired of it. But I appreciate the fact that you reiterated what you told us, and it again gave us something more to think about. Your transitions were excellent. What you could have done differently to make the speech more effective, just like this. Move away from the lectern and begin to flow into the audience. Don't do it any sooner than you're comfortable with, because it will not go well if you're not truly comfortable with it. Nothing wrong with staying behind the lectern. But we have to give you something that you can challenge yourself with. And what I liked about your presentation was your humor, your facial expression, and the eye contact with the audience. Now we open this evaluation to our audience.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is that about 2 or 3 times you stumbled a little bit, like you lost your place in your notes, or you had an idea, then all of a sudden it jammed up and you went to another idea. I'm not sure whether that was because it was a little bit too much scripted, like she mentioned, or what. Just don't have your notes all that scripted. You know, general ideas, maybe keywords that you want to trigger on. And if you do come across something like that, a mind jam up, something like that, just a short pause, maybe not even 1 second, then go on to the idea.
Wayne, since I am actually the audience that you were speaking to as a guest of Toastmasters, someone who hasn't joined yet and needed to be convinced of joining, you did a great job. You sold me on it, and I'll be signing up for Toastmasters after this meeting. Thank you.
Okay, so now I'll have my wife here with me. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah, exactly. Now, one of the really highlights for me was I love that even in your second speech, you're really adept at using and incorporating humor. Great job, and I'm looking forward to more of that. And as far as a grow, it just is, people have pointed out a little bit of nervousness behind the podium, but that'll go away with time. So,
Our second speaker was Maxine, and presenting Maxine's evaluation and leading the evaluation team will be Don. Don Brewster, welcome.